If you currently feel like you're going through a tough spot in your life, I want you to just listen to the words that I have to say next. It's kind of hard to look at life with a positive view when you're going through a rough spot. But once you're out of it, the clouds have started to clear and you're in a better spot. You realise that it happened for you. Whether it's a breakup, an addiction, a trigger, it really doesn't matter. There has been patterns throughout my life that I created myself. These patterns will keep emerging until you learn or choose to learn. We can't choose to learn every single one of these to break free of all of them. There is already so much that we have to do in our day-to-day. But to just focus on one thing at a time, you start to realise that life happens for you. For you in the sense, whether it's God, the universe, or you as just a human being creating the same patterns, whatever you want to believe. But know that these lessons are sent to test us to see if we've grown. And I feel like this is where a lot of people get lost. They don't see, or they do see, and they don't choose to change, but they create their own suffering. And I think for my case, during my years of suffering, I created it for myself and got stuck in that addicted habit loop of trying to break free but it feeling too uncomfortable. I was too afraid of changing, being weird, that no one else would like me. And that was a trigger for me. That was something I had to overcome to grow first. I had to lose the belief that people cared about what I was doing. That people that looked at my stories, if I posted on TikTok or YouTube, that people that would know me would see me and make fun of me. I realised that it was showing me something deep within me feared being judged. I don't care so much about people that don't know me. It was more people that knew me, and I would have a possibility of seeing me on a day-to-day basis. Once I did it, once I started posting, and I felt anxious for a while, but I kept posting anyways. And eventually I had a few encounters where people I knew came up to me and said, I've seen your videos and I actually like what you're doing, so keep going. And that was a positive feedback loop for me. But then further down that rabbit hole we go. Me needing that positive feedback loop just meant that I didn't rate myself. I didn't back myself, and that was the next piece to my puzzle. I needed to start backing myself, validating myself, otherwise I would always be searching for numbers, subs, likes, money. No matter where I would be, I would never be happy. This doesn't mean I don't have goals. I still have goals, but it will all happen when it's supposed to. I've kind of let go of trying so hard to be something that I'm not. It's not where anyone performs their best, especially me. The best things in my life that makes me believe that life happens for you is my old job. It was my first job, a horrible place. Hated every single minute that I was there. And it got to the point where I started giving my extra shifts to my work colleague because I couldn't stand being there more than I was contracted to. But that place tore me apart. It ruined me. It fucked me up in so many different ways and just made me hate life, hate working a job. But I feel like I needed to go through that so I could be here today to make these videos with that terrible experience. I think about it every time I start to get lazy. Every time I start to doubt myself, I think and ask myself, do you want to be back working there? Do you want to be back working a shitty job? It drove me to the point I had to make a change. I feel like with us, it takes us a lot to change. If we are too comfortable, we'll sort of deal with the pain. But if it takes us to the point of breaking, then we're forced to make a change. If I got any other job, I would feel more comfortable. Before I even went for the interview and got the job, I heard the place was a terrible place to work at, but I still went. Some things are predictable, like our triggers and patterns that we create throughout our life, but other things are not. But I feel like they all have a part to play in the desired life that we have chosen. But that's if we choose to break free, choose to learn, choose to grow. Because if we never learn, we will just live that same life, even though we're not happy with it. So remember, even though you're not in the place where you want to be, try not to be so serious. Try to enjoy the process and believe it all has its place in where your life is going. To reduce the pain you are feeling, try to think how it's going to help you. how that hardship you are facing currently is going to benefit you in the long run. Be grateful even when it feels difficult, and I love you boys.